Welcome back. We're discussing development in Anambra State and the way forward ahead of the polls come November 16th, rather. And we have some tweets coming in. This one's from Faustina, who says, he or she says, I'm from Miata in Anambra West. And according to Faustina, it says, this is the best governor we've had in both education and development. Well, that's a cue for us to look at issues of infrastructure in the area of infrastructure. Okay, you asked the last questions. Go ahead.
You want me to talk about infrastructure?
No, ask your question. He asked the other question.
Okay, let me ask you,
yes.
Mr. Milo.
Thank you.
Tell us, outside the few kilometers of road you put it down in Anambra State, what other structure did you put in place in the state?
One.
Yes. Mention them.
Listen,
yes.
one.
Yes.
We constructed
yes.
the whole buildings you have at Uli University today. There was not a single building in Uli when Dr.III Ngige came on board. All the buildings you see were all constructed by Dr.III Ngige. And the students have claimed it. The day your man came to them and said, Chris Ngige did not do it, they booed him. It's all on tapes all over, selling in the marketplace. And I want to tell you, not just that,
yeah.
the water resource infrastructure, which is, by the time Dr. Chris left,
name them, so that we can put them down.
Yes, you can put them down.
Yes, you said building at Uli.
Excuse me.
Another one.
The whole building at Uli was constructed by Dr. Chris Ngige.
Good.
Number two.
Yes.
Number two is the whole water infrastructure, to the extent that water was running up to Mankwa. And the whole, excuse me, all the tanks you see at all the tanks you see at Army Barracks today, at Amobia new borehole today, they were all built by Dr. Chris Ngige. They were all constructed by Dr. Chris Ngige. The General Hospital on Nature, which you accredited 2 weeks after you came on board, was all done by Dr. Chris Ngige. Because by the time he came on board, after 1 year of laying idle, it became a goat rearing place. He made the place dilapidated and finished, and he turned the place into a functional system, with the result that the hospital is here, the photograph, and when we finished it, 2 months after you came in, you accredited it, thinking that he fell on sky. How many have you accredited? How many hospitals have you accredited? At that rate of 3 months, one hospital accreditation, you would have accredited up to 28 now. So how many have you accredited?
Now,
and all the professors we brought into the place, where are they now? They've all gone. So what I'm saying is, the problem that Ngige faced on assumption of office was, one, the problem of security that was.
That is not my question. I've asked you a question.
You don't know. So you don't know the security infrastructure.
I don't.
There's what you call security infrastructure.
I don't understand you.
You don't know what there's a security infrastructure. He's talking about infrastructure left on ground. You don't know there's a security infrastructure. And the building you are using today as the television house of ABS was constructed by Dr. Chris Ngige. And he cleared all the salary and wage, all the areas of salary left for workers by Mbadijuera. That's about another 19 billion. He settled all the areas of salary and wages owed by Mbadijuera. And upon that, within 33 months, when he was waging invaders, turning them away, those who really wanted to organize a civilian coup in Anambra.
There was no coup. He went and swore on oath at Alose. He went and swore on oath to do a thing, and he failed to do it.
Excuse me.
And they burned down.
Excuse me.
He joined them in burning down the state. And you still want the same type of person to come back.
You are making a mistake.
I said somebody who took an agreement.
Excuse me.
He had an agreement. And he couldn't fulfill it.
Excuse me.
The state was burned down.
Excuse me.
He calling them.
Did he have an agreement?
No.
He's calling them invaders.
No, did he have an agreement?
Wait,
He's calling them invaders. Ask him.
Excuse me. Let me tell you this.
How did they check? He's
Hold on.
Of billions he signed.
Excuse me.
Okay. To pay.
Hold on.
Let me talk on infrastructure.
When you are wasting our time. When you are anointed by God to go on a mission for you, the first thing he does is to subject you to temptation by Satan.
Okay. So
and excuse me.
You succumb.
No, he didn't succumb because he did not cannibalize.
What did you mean?
You go to the shrine not to play, but to agree to cannibalize the resources of Anambra State.
As a Christian, you don't go to shrine.
Because
as a Christian, you never submit yourself to shrine. That is worshiping two gods.
Okay, let me tell you.
Obtaining on false pretense.
Excuse me.
If you go to a shrine to get something, if you get which Bible?
Excuse me.
The Bible that tells you.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Let me answer you.
Through the Bible.
Matthew chapter 4.
Which says what?
After the baptism of Jesus.
Yes, what did he do?
The Holy Spirit took him to the wilderness to be tempted by Satan.
Did he succumb?
He followed Satan to the top of the mountain.
Did he succumb?
Excuse me.
Yes.
He followed Satan to the top of the mountain.
He didn't follow anybody.
He did.
He was there and was
Bible.
He went there. He didn't follow Satan.
He followed him.
He didn't follow Satan.
He followed him to the top of the mountain.
You know what? We are not discussing the Bible here.
Yes.
We're talking Anambra development.
Yes,
so we are going to talk about
show him that you can go to the shrine without doing what they say. You have overpowered the shrine. Where is the shrine today? It has been demolished by.
No person has. It is there in his heart.
It's not there.
It is there in his heart.
Okay, no, we are talking infrastructure.
Yes. Let me talk about infrastructure. He has just mentioned a few. I want to go on a litany.
A few that his administration did.
After
he didn't do any.
He said I didn't do any.
Let's hear the litany.
Yes, let me tell you the ones we did. Today you go to Udoji, you find the best secretariat in Nigeria, constructed by us. I have talked about. I've already talked about the teaching hospital which we have built. I've mentioned all these private hospitals. Iyenu, Our Lady of Lourdes.
Talking about, hold on. Just you'll continue. But someone here was saying that Christy Lab says we would like to do the achievements of the present administration and not those of private companies.
Yes.
No, that's Christy Lab.
Yes.
No, I said I'm talking about our administration.
Government.
Will you listen?
Okay, go ahead.
Government business.
What we have done in Anambra, Pt.III was the first person after 40-something years to master the gods to transfer back schools back to the original owners.
Not true.
And when we are the person that let me finish. We transferred. When we transfer these schools, we are still paying the staff. We are still building the structures. That's why you find us giving money. We are still paying the teachers. So it is still our structure, but we are doing it knowing fully well that it is best done by the approach we are taking. And this approach is now being emulated internationally. And that's why we are excelling. And that's why we're getting the money. That's why we're going to spend 10 billion. In 3 months now, we're going to spend 10 billion. We are employing people, 6,000 people, and we announced them before yesterday. We are going to set aside their salary till 2015.
Every election you announce you are employing people. The last election you announced you are employing 20,000. Now you have announced again you employed.
Before last election,
every election you announced
2,000.
Election gimmick. That's what
is election gimmick?
Election gimmick.
The man you are trying to sell has outlived his usefulness.
No.
He has bought his
excuse me.
Okay, he has bought his
no way.
Anambra needs a virgin person with credentials.
The compass of the government.
He has to come and reset the compass. A person
change the style. The style
not a person who will drag us to where we started before. Okay, we are going forward.
No.
Everywhere health.
Forward. Your water is marching backward.
I had you mention
the water is not there.
I had you mention water before.
No water is there.
Go to Nibo now. The water is running.
No, my God.
We go to Okuzu. The water is running. Ozo water scheme is fantastic. Now, the PCI, the Thames of London, EU organization, partnering with Anambra to get water everywhere in Onitsha. You saw them, they were all everywhere. He himself saw them. They came and claimed everything on water.
Okay,
the busy water scheme in Agota is functioning.
Okay,
they're working on ground.
So I don't understand what he's trying to drag us back to a man who went to Senate and could not open his mouth.
It is absolutely not true.
A man who went to the Senate and could not open his mouth.
Before we go, we're almost out of time, but you need to respond to this. Saeed Adio says, please explain why the Anambra State University, which you say is a world-acclaimed university, why their website does not work beyond the homepage?
Well, that is not a question I can answer. You're asking me about website of a university. I'm not in a position.
You said it's a world.
As I'm talking to you now, they have not paid their staff for the last month. They have not paid. They have not paid their staff.
If we have not paid them, and we are distributing billions.
That is your system. That's your system.
We are distributing billions.
So you are bishop.
Your bishops. We come from the same place.
Okay,
they accept these monies, and they will tell you whether they have it or not.
Okay, thank you. Ansem Okafor is from Isofia. He says Ngige worked, but can't be compared with Obi. Governor Obi dwarfed him in all ramifications.
In 33 months, the first 33 months of Obi, he didn't do one thing on ground. First 33 months, he didn't do anything.
You governed Anambra State for 3 years.
33 months.
I said you governed Anambra State for 3 years.
For 33 months.
And you did nothing.
For 33
no
months.
other sector except the road.
No way.
Which
No way.
The roads that are being talked about. The Nobimpo road. The Oruku Alon road. And I was in the car. Both of us served the same government. Both of us served in Ngige. And he knows what I know. I went to Oboduku on the instrumentality of a man called Chief Joseph Okonkwo to bring RCC. And we said, because these people, you are fighting with every arm of federal government, let us start putting something in place.
No,
okay?
Don't say what.
That is the history of it.
Don't say more than you.
Okay?
You know.
I said, I am saying exactly. He knows I know.
After you said
me and him,
he left an
I ran this election. I ran the governorship election with Ngige.
That is more than you know.
And when we were running the election, he was working with me.
That's more than you know.
He was on my own side.
So
he knows.
That is more than you know.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you
for coming on the program. But I want to thank you also, our viewers out there, for also being a part of the program. But you have 10 seconds each to give your closing statements, because we are really, really out of time. So I'll begin with you.
Ndi Anambra, the time is here for you to decide who takes charge of your life for the next 4 years. People generally, and I believe equally, responsible people in Anambra State believe that it is time to call Dr. Chris Ngige, as the people of Macedonia call Paul, to come over to Macedonia and help themselves. Today, we should call on Dr. Chris Ngige, as we have done and he has accepted, to come over to Anambra State, change the style and substance of governance, start looking at people to see whether they are smiling, and show compassion to the needy, restore the infrastructures, improve education, because you can't give what you don't have. You must be a quality man, an A student, to deliver an A lecture and A fellowship.
Thank you
so
very
this
much.
is my opinion.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to talk to Anambra people as such, because Nigerians have known. And I'm sure that the lawyers say reps is a loquitur. The fact speaks for themselves. Anambra people have seen what we're doing. They have acclaimed. Even, let me borrow the leaf from the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly, who went to London and said, of all the governors I have seen, your governor, the governor of Anambra State in Nigeria, is about the best.
All right.
And having said that, I want to tell our people, let us not rewind the clock. It is for us to move forward. All agents of destruction, all agents of despotism, and so on, must be jettisoned. Let us march forward. Just like a bishop. Let me borrow what the bishop said just 2 days ago. He said, success without a successor is a widow.
All right, thank you.
We are a success.
Thank you.
And we must keep on giving success.
It is left for the people of Anambra to judge that success.
All right, thank you.
Willie is the man.
Anambra people are
the man. Willie Obiano is the man.
Thank you for coming on the program.
That is the story. Not deportation.
It cannot be the story.
Not deportation.